They store immense amounts of water, and often they transform landscapes into incredible sights. From towering dams holding back lakes to remote reservoirs located in mountainous landscapes, today I'm counting down 15 of the most impressive reservoirs in the world. Starting with number 15. Near the Swiss town of Locarno stands the impressive Contra Dam, also known as the Verzasca Dam. Built between 1961 and 1965, this engineering marvel was designed to harness the power of the Verzasca River, providing hydroelectric energy to the surrounding region. The 720-foot dam creates the Lago di Vogorno Reservoir, holding back water for power generation and water management. Constructing the dam, though, wasn't easy. Located in the mountains, but still at a lower elevation than many Swiss dams, workers could toil year-round without worrying about the harsh seasonal conditions. To prepare the site, engineers built coffer dams to divert the river through a temporary tunnel, creating large amounts of cement. But the Contra Dam features two spillways with a combined capacity of over 75,000 cubic feet per second. Each spillway has 6 fixed-crest weirs that direct water down steep chutes to flip buckets. Now, these flip buckets help control the water flow and dissipate energy before releasing it into the valley below. Modifications like enlarging piers and adding lateral deflectors improved the flow control, reducing risks of erosion and structural impact. Since completion, the dam has gained some fame beyond its functional role. In 1995, it appeared in the James Bond movie GoldenEye, where Pierce Brosnan's Bond makes an unforgettable bungee jump from the top. Today, thrill seekers can recreate that jump themselves, leaping 721 feet from one of the world's tallest bungee jumps. So if you're ever in Switzerland and you're looking for some adventure, the Contra Dam might just be your next big leap. Number 14. The Derwent Reservoirs. Located in the heart of England's waters were once a secret training ground for one of the most daring missions in military history. In 1943, during World War II, Britain needed to find a way to disrupt Germany's industrial power. Enter Barnes Wallis, an ingenious engineer who invented the bouncing bomb. This special bomb was designed to skip across the water and explode at the base of a dam, causing massive flooding. But before launching this risky mission, pilots had to practice somewhere that looked just like the German dams. The Upper Derwent Reservoir were the perfect spot. With their steep valleys and towering dams, they closely resembled the targets in Germany. The Royal Air Force's 617th Squadron, soon to be known as the Dam Busters, flew low over the water, honing their skills for nighttime raids. They practiced dropping the bouncing bombs from just 100 feet above the surface, a thrilling but dangerous feat. After months of training, the Dam Busters carried out Operation Chastise, successfully breaching German dams and causing significant place where history was made. Number 13. Lake Gordon. Located in Southwest National Park, Lake Gordon is Tasmania's largest lake, and it's entirely man-made. Created in the 1970s when the Gordon Dam was built on the Gordon River, the lake plays a critical role in Tasmania's hydroelectric power system, covering about 107 square miles and collecting water from a 490 square mile area. Lake Gordon holds around 3 cubic miles of water, making it the biggest lake in Australia. The Gordon Dam is an engineering masterpiece. This concrete arch dam has a double-curved design to handle the massive water pressure. Standing over 460 feet high and stretching 650 feet, it contains 5.4 million cubic feet of concrete. When full, the dam holds back over 4.3 billion cubic feet of water. The controlled spillway can release up to 6,200 cubic feet of water per second, safely managing the lake's water level by releasing excess water into the Gordon River. Water from Lake Gordon production. Lake Gordon and its dam are not just impressive feats of engineering, they're essential to Tasmania's energy supply. If you ever visit Tasmania, consider checking out this massive lake and its remarkable dam, key players in keeping the lights on across the island. Number 12. Lake Berryessa. Lake Berryessa, located in Napa County, California, is the largest lake in the county, and it's a vital reservoir serving the region since the 1960s. Formed by the construction of the Monticello Dam in the 1950s, this reservoir stretches for 26 miles and has a storage capacity of 1.6 million acre-feet. Primarily supplying water for agriculture in the Sacramento Valley and providing hydroelectric power to the North Bay, named after early settlers Jose Jesus and Sexto Sisto Berryessa. Lake Berryessa today is a beloved recreation area. The Monticello Dam, a 304-foot-high concrete arch, impounds Putak Creek, creating Lake Berryessa amid the rugged Vaca Mountains. Water cascades into the funnel at a staggering rate of 48,000 cubic feet per second. But the reservoir's capacity and spillway have played a critical role in flood management here, with the dam estimated to have prevented around $5 million in flood damage since its completion. The Monticello Dam power plant, added in 1983, generates up to 11.5 megawatts of hydroelectric power, and the water from Lake Berryessa flows through the Puta Diversion Dam 6 miles downstream into the 33-mile Puta Sound Canal, which supplies irrigation water to over 590,000 acres of farmland in Solano County and municipal water to cities like Vallejo and Benicia. Number 11. The Tarbela Dam. The Tarbela Dam, an impressive earth-filled structure, stands as the world's largest of its kind, harnessing the powerful flow of the Indus River. Located near the village of Tarbela in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, about 65 miles northwest of Islamabad, the dam serves a multi-purpose role that includes primary spillways located on the auxiliary dams rather than the main structure, capable of handling impressive discharge flows. The main spillway can release up to 650,000 cubic feet per second, while the auxiliary spillway can handle up to 850,000 cubic feet per second. Hydroelectricity here at Tarbela is generated through a network of 5 massive turbines. Tunnel 1 through 3 are dedicated to power generation, supplying water to 14 generators housed within. These generators yield a substantial amount of output, around 3,400 megawatts, making Tarbela one of the most productive hydroelectric stations in the region. But planned expansions, including converting tunnels 4 and 5 for additional power gen, are set to increase total capacity to over 6,400 megawatts, elevating it among the world's largest plants. Water from the reservoirs are released into the Indus River and regulated through 9 gates. This water travels downstream, supporting agriculture and feeding a network of canals that irrigate vast agricultural lands. The Colorado River Storage Project, a vital initiative for the conservation and management of water in the American Southwest. Not only a scenic landmark, the reservoir is a primary reservoir of the Wayne N. Aspinall Unit, a CRSP branch that manages the water of the Colorado River and its tributaries. Now, the dam itself is an earth-filled dam reaching 390 feet in height. It sits along a narrow stretch of the Gunnison River Valley as it flows into the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. The dam has a volume of around 3 million cubic yards, and it houses 2 hydroelectric turbines that produce an impressive annual output of approximately 264 million kilowatt hours, though its primary purpose is to retain water in the reservoir. The reservoir itself stretches across 20 miles of river, creating an area of about 14 square miles of water surface. It's got a significant depth in places, with a capacity of over 940,000 acre-feet, and it serves as Colorado's largest lake trout and salmon fishery. Due to its size and location within the National Recreation Area, managed by the National Park Service. Number 9. The Bratsk Reservoir. The Bratsk Hydroelectric Power Station, more commonly known as the Bratsk Dam or the 50 Years of Great October Dam, is a concrete gravity dam on the Angara River in Russia's Irkutsk Oblast. It forms the second level of the Angara River hydroelectric cascade, and it's long been a linchpin in Russia's quest for energy independence. It operates with a capacity of about 4,500 megawatts, fed by 18 turbines, and it was designed in the 1960s by the Leningrad Metal Works. The dam's reservoir, the Bratsk Reservoir, has a surface area of about 2,100 square miles, which positions it as one of the largest man-made bodies of water. Its construction introduced some of the most remarkable engineering feats of the Soviet era. Spanning over 4,400 feet in length and towering 400 feet high, the dam required immense amounts of concrete, manpower, and ingenuity. Its turbine hulls contain 18 Francis turbines, each producing across Siberia. Those transport routes, they make the dam not only a power producer, but it's also a critical piece of infrastructure. Number 8. Lake Kariba. Lake Kariba, the largest artificial lake and reservoir globally by volume, lies on the Zambezi River along the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. Positioned about 810 miles upstream from the Zambezi's mouth on the Indian Ocean, the lake was formed between 1958 and 1963 as a result of the Kariba Dam's construction in the gorge. This double-curvature concrete arch dam transforms Zambezi's lower basin, allowing the reservoir to stretch about 170 miles in length, and it expands with widths of up to 25 miles. When Lake Kariba was filled, its impact on the landscape was monumental. The water inundated rich soils and lush vegetation, leading to fertile sediment that turned the lake bed into a nutrient-rich habitat. This sudden abundance of nutrients encouraged thriving plants and fish populations. Species such as the capentad. Many locals believe that it's a serpent-like creature, and it was angered by the dam's construction, resulting in unusual weather patterns and natural disasters. Today, the Nyami Nyami remains a symbol of resistance and reverence for the natural forces harnessed by the dam. Moving on to number 7, the Toledo Bend Reservoir. The Toledo Bend Reservoir. It's a sprawling lake created on the Sabine River along the Texas-Louisiana border. At 185,000 acres, it is the largest man-made body of water located between both states and the largest reservoir in the American South. This impressive lake, reaching up to 65 miles north from its dam in Burkeville, Texas, up to Logansport, Louisiana, serves not only as a vital water source, but also as a recreational paradise. The reservoir was born out of a shared vision between Texas and Louisiana in the 1940s and 50s to control flooding, secure municipal water, and produce hydroelectric power. After a formation of the Sabine River Authority's reputation for largemouth bass, catfish, and crappie, while bald eagles and herons are common sightings along the water's edge. The dam itself is not only a feat of engineering but also a power source for the region, with a generating capacity of 92 megawatts. It was completed in the late 60s, and it remains a symbol of collaboration as both Texas and Louisiana oversee its operations and share the benefits of its hydroelectric output. The numerous public and private recreational sites and resorts along Toledo Bend provide boat rentals, camping, and fishing access to accommodate the millions of people that flock here every year. Number 6. The Vajont Dam and Lago del Vajont. The Vajont Dam, once a symbol of Italian engineering prowess, stands as one of the tallest dams in the world at 860 feet. It's located in northern Italy. This dam was built between 1957 and 1960 across the Vajont River, located under Montauk in the municipality of Erto Acaso. This hydroelectric project, conceived in the 1920s feet, was a technical feat at the time of its construction. But despite the structural grandeur, the dam was built on the edge of a geological fault zone, a factor that would later contribute to the disaster that befell the area. During its construction, the risk of landslides wasn't fully understood, and concerns about the stability of the surrounding mountain slopes were largely ignored. On October 9, 1963, the first significant landslide happened, sending millions of cubic feet of debris into the reservoir. The landslide triggered a series of catastrophic waves, one of which was a mega tsunami that overtopped the dam with a wave that reached over 800 feet in height. This devastating wave of water surged down the Piave Valley, flooding entire towns and villages below. While 2/3 of the water remained behind the dam, the impact of the wave was catastrophic for the valley below. Number 5. The Grand Coulee Dam. The Grand Coulee Dam, a giant concrete gravity dam located on the Columbia River in Washington state, stands as an impressive feat of engineering in the U.S. How to harness the Columbia River's potential for both power generation and irrigation. Some advocated for a low dam with a gravity canal system, while others supported a high dam that would allow for a more substantial water supply. The supporters of the high dam ultimately won the argument, and in 1933, construction on what would become the Grand Coulee Dam began. It wasn't until 1934, when President Franklin D. Roosevelt visited the site and endorsed the high dam design, that construction truly gained momentum. By 1942, it was complete, creating one of the largest reservoirs in the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt Lake. The dam's power helped provide energy for manufacturing plants in the region, contributing to the war effort. Over the following decades, the dam continued to evolve with the installation of additional powerhouses, and the completion of the third powerhouse in 1974 increased the capacity, making it the largest power station in the U.S. by nameplate capacity, reaching 6,809 megawatts. In addition, Number 4. The Hungry Horse Dam. The Hungry Horse Dam, that's a good name, is a towering concrete arch dam located on the South Fork Flathead River in the Rocky Mountains of northwest Montana. It was constructed primarily for hydroelectric power generation and flood control, and it remains one of the most significant dams in the region. The dam stands 564 feet tall and holds the distinction of having the highest morning glory spillway in the world, a pretty unique feature. The Hungry Horse Project, managed by the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation, is an essential component in the series of dams that help regulate water flow for hydroelectric power gen throughout the Columbia River Basin. When completed in 1953, the Hungry Horse Dam was the third largest and second highest concrete dam in the world. Its height and the volume of concrete used, 3.1 million cubic yards, made it a significant feat of engineering for the time. But one of the most striking features of it is its Morning Glory spillway, which is the highest of its kind globally. The spillway, which allows for excess water to safely flow from the reservoir, designed to withstand Montana's extreme freeze-thaw conditions. Additionally, the dam's engineers utilized fly ash in the concrete mix that enhances its strength and durability. The construction, which began in 1948, required the clearing of over 7,000 acres of land for the reservoir, and tragically, 23 workers lost their lives during the dam's construction. Number 3. Lake Volta. Lake Volta is the largest artificial reservoir in the world by surface area, located entirely within Ghana. Formed by the Akosombo Dam, this lake spans an impressive 3,200 square miles, making it a vital geographical and economic feature of the country. The dam, which holds back the White and Black Volta rivers, plays a critical role in generating electricity for Ghana. The lake extends from the Akosombo Dam in the south to the northern reaches of Ghana, about 320 miles upstream. The lake lies along the prime meridian, 6 degrees north of the equator, and it's surrounded by a mix of lush tropical thriving environment for fish populations. Additionally, the lake's natural beauty has fostered a growing tourism industry. The lake, while primarily known for its role in power generation, also plays a significant role in culture. In the decades following its creation, the lake's formation dramatically altered traditional farming and fishing practices in the region. However, as the local population adapted to these new conditions, the lake has become a vibrant source of both income and recreation. Though the lake's water level has been impacted by global warming in recent years, resulting in reduced power generation, the lake remains a symbol of both promise and challenges of large-scale water management projects. Its role as a source of hydroelectric power and its growing appeal as a destination for tourists make it a multifaceted asset for Ghana. Number 2. Lake Mead. Lake Mead, it's a colossal artificial reservoir formed by the Hoover Dam, located on the Colorado River at the Arizona-Nevada border, about 25 miles from 1 to 10 miles, depending on the water level. The lake's shoreline extends for a remarkable 550 miles. The lake supplies water to over 25 million people in the U.S. and parts of Mexico, and is a critical source for agriculture and industry in the southwestern states of Arizona, California, and Nevada. Lake Mead has been a hub for both utility and leisure for decades. As the site of the first ever Bassmaster Classic tournament in 1971, it's earned a reputation as a premier fishing destination. The 4 marinas, including the Las Vegas Boat Harbor and Colville Bay, are central to the boating community here, offering access to the lake's crystal clear water. A more recent development in the area has been the focus on submerged timber harvesting. With the dropping water levels, parts of the lake have revealed ancient submerged forests, and this has led to an innovative industry that harvests high-quality tropical hardwoods without further deforestation, contributing to sustainable forestry practices. But the fluctuating water levels here have caused challenges. Chongqing Municipality and Hubei Province, and it's one of the largest and most ambitious engineering projects in the world. The reservoir, with a surface area of about 403 square miles, is a critical component of the Three Gorges Dam. The entire region is impacted by the dam's water storage that extends 413 miles upstream. It encompasses 25 county-level divisions, and it's home to a population of around 16 million people. But the geography here is predominantly mountainous, with 74% of the region covered in mountains, 22% in hilly terrain, and only about 4% consisting of plains in the river valley. The climate in the reservoir area is a subtropical monsoon, transitioning between the northern temperate zone and subtropical zone. Summers are hot, with considerable rainfall and annual averages of about 43 inches. The valley below, 1,600 feet, has a mild annual temperature of 63 to 66 degrees Fahrenheit. The region's hydropower potential is estimated at 30,000 megawatts, making it one of the most significant hydropower zones in the Yangtze River, generating around 95 terawatt-hours of electricity annually, enough to power millions of homes. But beyond the electricity production, the dam plays a critical role in flood control, reducing the risk of catastrophic flooding downstream that has historically affected the Yangtze Plain. It also enhances shipping capacity along the river, supporting both domestic and international trade by allowing larger vessels to navigate farther upstream. Thanks for making it to the end of that one. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you to our channel members.